Guys, welcome back to Underlining. Today we're going to discuss about the geothermal energy. So, what is the geothermal energy? It is simply the energy of the earth generated by various natural processes, such as the heat from when the plant formed and accreted wood has not yet been used, and decay of radioactive elements and friction. As we know that our depth when we go inside the earth, then it becomes hotter, so we can use this geothermal energy for very useful purposes. So how can we know that there is a geothermal reservoir? We can guess by see that boiling mud pots, volcanoes, hot springs, and geysers. So these are the indications that there are the geothermal reservoir. So geothermal, how can we know? We also know that by testing the soil and analyzing the underground temperature. So when we analyze both things, then we know that there is a uh, geothermal reservoir. So next, we see that extraction and uses. The heat energy can be brought to the Earth's surface by following waves directly from hot springs or geysers, geothermal heat pumps, and uses are broadly classified as direct uses and indirect uses. So, first we see what are the direct uses of geothermal energy. Hot springs used as a spas, heating water at fish farms, providing heat for buildings, raising plant in greenhouse, dry crops, providing heat to the industrial processes. So these are the direct uses. Now we see the indirect uses. Indirect uses of geothermal energy is that we can produce the electricity from this geothermal energy. So there are three types of power plants. Geothermal power plant, first is dry steam power plant, second is flash steam power plants, and third is binary cycle power plant. So first you can see the sketch of dry steam geothermal power plant. As you can see that drilling is done inside the earth to approach the geothermal reservoir, and with through a pipe water is sent inside the hot reservoir, and water is converted into the steam. Then this steam is used to generate the turbine which produce electricity. After that, this steam is again condensed and again injected inside the geothermal reservoir, and this circle goes on. So this is the dry steam power plant. um, the oldest type of geothermal power plant use geothermal reservoir containing pure steam is required. So this is about the dry steam power plant. Pure dry steam drive turbine, very rare type of geothermal power plant operating at California, Italy, and Japan. Flash steam power plant. So this is a flash steam power plant. You can see here that similar to the dry steam power plant, but here is a addition of brine solution. Steam is produced and passed through the brine solution, and then it will go to the turbine, again condense and go inside the geothermal reservoir. Again this water is hot and steam is produced. But this type of power plant used where geothermal reservoir temperature is low, and this is called the flash steam power plant. Commonly used geothermal power plant. Geothermal reservoir containing both hot water and steam is required. Pressure changing system is required, operating at Hawaii, Nevada, and some other places. So binary cycle power plants, this is the binary cycle power plant. You can see here that similar thing is that here, but here is the addition of heat exchanger, and through heat exchanger the heat is exchanged between the other circuit. This is a closed circuit, and there may be the other gas, like in this we have used isobutane vapor. So water is injected inside the geothermal reservoir, and water become hot, and this hot water then again heat the isobutane vapor, and the turbine is operated through the isobutane vapors. These isobutane vapors condense again and pass through the exchanger. So this cycle goes on. You can see that binary cycle power plant. Binary cycle power plant do not use steam directly to the spin turbine. Only the heat of the underground water is used. Vaporized hydrocarbons are used to spin the turbine. Hydrocarbons have lower boiling points such as the isobutane, isopentane, isobutane, and propane can be used. No harmful gases emitted to the atmosphere because the underground water is never disclosed to the outside. That's the worldwide accepted power plant. Cost direct use of geothermal energy is absolutely cheaper than the other energy resources. Cost of electricity generation depend upon the certain factors: temperature and depth of resources, type of resources, available volume of resource, size and technology of plant. So the initial investment is high, but after certain time period, the cost of electricity become comparable to the other resources of energy. US dollar 0.05 to 0.08, and the PKR is 2.772 to 4.4352 per kilowatt hour. So we see here the advantages: available all around, all the year around, does not involve any combustion of fuel, independent of weather, clean resource, very little emissions or overall environmental impact, economically sound alternative, and the fuel is free rate per kilowatt likely to be competitive. Overall, geothermal energy is sustainable resource. So now we see here the disadvantages: not widespread source of energy, high insulation cost, can run out of the stream, may release harmful gases, transportation, and earthquakes. So, guys, this was today our topic in which we have discussed that what is the geothermal energy, what are the types of geothermal power plants, advantages, disadvantages, cost, uses, extraction. So, all of these we have discussed in this lecture. So, see you guys in the next video.